said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
Do you know?
Amy, thanks for joining us. We'll start with a quick reflection on Bristol City. How have you reflected on that performance since the game?
Yeah, it was a tough game. We knew going there would be challenging, and credit to them, they made it really difficult for us. Ultimately, really pleased that we came away with a point. Thought we defended incredibly well in important moments, and it showed the cohesion of the group when under pressure. So really pleased to come away with a point, but we've reflected on it and we know that we want a better performance this week.
And I was going to say, how useful and good is it for you to see that side of the team so early on?
Yeah, really important. I think it shows the work we've been doing, especially off the ball. And we're going to need it. It's a tough league. We know every week's going to be hard. We're going to have to work really hard this weekend to break another team down. So yeah, really pleased to come away with a point, but onwards now.
And how have the team reacted in training to the disappointment of a draw in training this week?
Yeah, we've had a great week of training. Managed to go back to some of the key fundamentals that we felt weren't quite right in that game, to get a bit of rhythm back in the way we play. So the team looked really sharp, eager to improve. So really pleased, it's been a good week.
And obviously we're back at home this weekend. The last home game was such a high for the team. How excited are they to get back to St Andrews at Knighthead Park this weekend? Yeah,
we love playing at our home ground. Good to see the fans and have them behind us, so it just adds to the occasion. Yeah, we're just excited to get going. I think that's what's good about it in football. 6 days later, you have another opportunity to put things right. So really looking forward to it.
And Portsmouth, one of the newly promoted sides, have had a difficult start, but in that adaptation period to the league, what are you expecting from them this weekend?
Yeah, they've earned the right to be in the league. They're in a big transition phase, as you mentioned there. A lot of new players, and I'm sure they've learned a lot from their first 2 games. So we've studied them at length to look at what we need to do and what we need to maybe add and tweak in certain moments. But it's really important that we stick to our game. We know it'll be another tough fixture, but we have to work hard together to break them down.
And we mentioned it post-match after Bristol City, but we added League Women on transfer deadline day. You've seen her in training now this week. How has she fitted into the group and how excited are you to see what she can bring to the team?
Yeah, really excited to have Lee in the group. Firstly, she's a fantastic character, great energy, and she's fitted in really well already. She's also a terrific player, so fits our style well, and it's just about integrating her really, how we can get the best out of her alongside the rest of the team. So really excited to have her here.
And we're back at home, as we mentioned. You mentioned after the Sunderland game how important the fans were on that day and they gave the team a real lift. Just how important will they be when in games like this where the opposition will perhaps come to try and frustrate us?
So important. Stick behind us, give us lots of noise and energy, and hopefully our performance gives that to the fans as well. But your support is incredibly important, so please stick with us, keep pushing us forwards, and I'm sure you'll see us play with a lot of intent and purpose to get the result we need.
And just finally, a team news update ahead of the weekend.
No new news. We're assessing a few as it stands because you do pick up some little bits and bobs, but we look in good shape.
Perfect. Thanks, Amy. Good luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
Do you know?
Streaming across YouTube and Facebook, where Blues are looking to continue our strong statement start to the season back at home today. Our 5-0 demolition of Sunderland on the opening day here was followed with a hard-fought point on the battlements of Ashton Gate last weekend. 2 games, 2 clean sheets, a solid starting point for our quest back to the Super League. But to echo head coach Amy Merrick's words, that's 2 games down, 20 and plenty of hard work to go. As for Portsmouth, after running away with the Southern Premier Division last season, it's been quite the baptism of fire for Pompey in their Leiden Women's Championship season after their promotion. They're in a period of transition after going professional for the first time in their history and have recruited well over the summer. But 2 3-0 defeats home and away to Charlton and Durham respectively has seen the Seasiders in deep water from the off. And today, things won't get any easier for Jay Sadler's side. They were a wicked team in the Southern Premier Division, but they've started life in the Women's Championship at the bit of a whimper. 6 goals conceded, none scored, and another tough test for Pompey here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Well, kickoff will be preceded by a minute's applause in memory of Maddie Cusack, who sadly lost her life a year ago on Friday. A driven and passionate colleague, as described by her teammates, with a heart of gold. Today, Birmingham City and Portsmouth come together to celebrate her life. An emotional moment shared by both clubs and both sets of fans, and a poignant moment to remember. It is okay not to be okay. There is always someone who will listen. So Blues, 2 changes from the side that started at Ashton Gate last week. A first start this season for Libby Smith, and Ashanti Akpan is recalled to the starting 11 after impressing here against Sunderland on the opening day. And deadline day signing Lee Gumin is on the bench, the marquee signing from Super League side Brighton and Hove Albion, awaiting her debut should she emerge. So Blues with Thomas in goal, McKenna, Lawley, Heron and Holloway at the back line. Cho So-hyun, who captains the side, Akpan and Ag in behind Quinn, Smith and Tegan McGowan. As for Pompey, their talisman and captain in goal, Hannah Houghton. Hutchings, Castley, Cohen and McEwen. McLachlan, McLaughlin, Pittman and Quirk, with Hornby and Freeland up top for Pompey. On the bench for Blues, our goalkeeper, a new goalkeeper on loan from PSG, Olivia Shepakovska, Martha Harris, Ellie Mason, Louise Quinn, Christy Harrison-Murray, Ivana Fuso, Shiv Wilson, Ava Baker, all join Lee Gumin. The match official is Joanne Horwood. And in just the second ever meeting between these sides, the first in the league, Blues looking to continue that unbeaten start to the season, while Portsmouth are hoping to tally up both their first goal and their first points of the campaign. The rebirth of the Blues is being felt all over the club, up and down this institution, not least under the guise of Amy Merricks and Hope Powell, as the return to the Super League beckons for Blues ladies. Just another chapter in that revival here this afternoon, as it's Pompey who get us underway here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Portsmouth in their change strip of the turquoise with the blue-green trims, turquoise shorts and white socks. Blues, of course, in our royal blue jerseys with the undefeated white trim, blue shorts and blue socks. Thomas, the Blues goalkeeper Lucy Thomas, who signed a one-year extension before the season started. He's kept two clean sheets in the opening 2 games. Of course, looking to beat her record last season of the 9 she chalked up in goal for Blues. And you can see already the system that Portsmouth are implementing will recognise that Amy Merrick's side will enjoy a lot of possession at the back and will look to build. So those 2 strikers up top for Pompey, Pittman and Hornby immediately putting Lawley under pressure. Blues have managed to play out of that down the left-hand side. Holloway driving towards the byline. In comes the challenge from Hutchings. Heron. Libby Smith on her first start of the season. Smuggles it out to Holloway. It's a decent ball into the middle. Hannah Houghton confident enough to see that sail over a crossbar, but Bex Holloway, who certainly showed cameos of class last season on her return to Blues, has really solidified herself as the first choice left back under Amy Merricks, marauding forward in the early exchanges, but unable to find anyone in the middle with her cross. 0-0, just over 2 minutes played. Well, Pompey were a formidable force in the Southern Premier Division on their way to the title last season, turning professional for the first time in their existence as a result of their promotion. They've struggled though in their maiden Women's Championship season as Lily Agg looks to pull the trigger for the first time in the game. That was charged down and it will be a Blues corner, our first of the afternoon. Lily Agg, who headed home her first of the season here in that 5-0 demolition of Sunderland 2 weeks ago. Agg, the player of the season last season, looking to establish herself once again. So Blues corner from the right-hand side. And Holloway combining. It's a decent ball towards the back post. Agg was rising, but Agg was offside and couldn't divert her header back across the penalty area nonetheless. As I was saying, Pompey stormed their way to the title last season. 125 goals in the league last season, just the 18 conceded. They've already conceded 6 goals with no reply in their opening 2 Women's Championship games. Certainly experiencing firsthand the step up in quality between the Premier Division and the Women's Championship since becoming a professional side, Portsmouth. And Blues have dominated the ball early on here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. McKenna, who's been simply sensational since joining from Charlton in the summer. Another one who's established herself very much in the starting 11 at the forefront of Amy Merrick's mind at right back. This is Heron, who picked up 2 awards at the end of season awards ceremony last season to cap off a thoroughly impressive debut campaign. McGowan pressed up her back by McLaughlin, wins the free kick. There's Quinn, launches across to the captain, Cho So-hyun. McKenna's made the burst forward. Bright start early on from Blues. Cho So-hyun digs out across, looking for Lily Agg, who wasn't too far away from diverting the cross into the bottom corner. Lovely movement by Agg in the middle. Great build-up play by Blues down the right-hand side. Really intricate. Pompey chasing shadows. Cho So-hyun dig out across. Brilliant movement in the middle by Agg. Just couldn't find that bottom corner with the glancing header. There's Lawley. She celebrated her 22nd birthday. Thomas. Lawley. Plenty of space for Quinn on that far side. And Quinn can waltz in field. Couldn't quite find Smith. It's broken for Cho. Pompey do enough to win the ball back, and then McEwen is fouled. Well, the rain has been teeming down all morning here in Birmingham in the second city. That hasn't changed on kickoff. Wet and windy conditions. Perfect afternoon for football, if you ask me. As Hutchings is charged down, Cashley on the cover, looks to conspire with her goalkeeper Hannah Houghton, but it's come back to Smith, who found herself in space in the penalty area. It took some heroics from Hannah Cohen on the cover to turn it behind for a corner. Blues really asserting their grip on proceedings straight from the off. Quinn's delivery. Heron got up there, flicks onto her centre-back partner, Gemma Lawley. Slightly isolated, tight to the byline. She's done well to win a second consecutive corner. Blues looking to continue our strong home form that we picked up last season. We lost 3 games here last season. It's a disappointing corner from that far side from Holloway. Just got a foot wrapped around it. Exited play as soon as it entered. You can hear Emmy Merrick's barking instruction from the sideline. Her and opposite number Jay Sadler on the very fringes of their technical areas. Sadler, who has been in charge of Pompey for 7 years, their first ever full-time manager after they went professional following their promotion last season. He's coached at Bournemouth and Arsenal youth teams before taking the job on the South Coast. Here is McLachlan. It's on to Hornby, and Hornby fashions the ball across into the middle. Pompey held up, the flag stays down this near side for Hornby. And Ashanti Akpan quickly across to repel the danger. But a brief opening there for Portsmouth. They found an opening down the right-hand side with McLachlan, who broke at pace. Better ball into the middle, and Blues could have found themselves in a whole heap of trouble. Here's Cho, asking a lot of Lily Agg with Hannah Cohen on the cover. Cohen, one of 3 signings from Blackburn Rovers in the summer transfer window for Portsmouth. They've recruited very well since their promotion to the Women's Championship to look to bolster their options. As McGowan charges down Hutchings. Tegan McGowan yet to get on the score sheet for Blues, but has been instrumental, especially in those 5 goals we scored against Portsmouth since joining from Charlton. McKenna. Side to Lawley. McGowan's made the burst forward. He seeks to pick her out. It's Cashley with the intervention. And was McLachlan. Hutchings squeezing the ball down the right-hand side. Nobody home for Pompey, and you can see already how that press that we saw, the electrifying press we saw in the early exchanges from Pompey, has somewhat eased as we tick towards 10 minutes. McKenna to Quinn, who has resorted to her usual habitats on the flank after starting the season as the sole number 9, utilised by Amy Merricks. marks the opening game with a brace, did Lucy Quinn, already matching the tally she achieved last season in terms of goals. So ball fashioned into the penalty area by Pompey. It was Megan Hornby who connected, but headed wide. Megan Hornby, incidentally, who scored the winner at Ewood Park for Blackburn when they beat us by 1-0 last season. One of those three aforementioned signings from Rovers. Lawley, square to Heron. Iliag's header that fizzed just wide goes down as the best opportunity of the game so far. Blues looking to carve out another. McGowan. Onto Cho So-hyun. And there's Iliag, just got the ball trapped under her feet slightly with the moistness of the turf. And there's Hornby searching for the run of Pittman off her through the centre. And it's calmly picked up by Lucy Thomas. Heron. Searching for the run of Smith. Ball just zipping off the moist turf and behind for a goal kick. Conditions make it very tough to play Blues' usual flowing football that we were accustomed to on the opening day here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, when we absolutely blew the Black Cats out of the water by 5-0. The Blues persevering as the intensity of the rain just creeps up slightly. A lot of the fans that have been packed into that Kop stand opting for the upper Kop level, rather sensibly in my book, due to the conditions, as Libby Smith just plays the ball a fraction behind McGowan, who's so far, as we creep over 12 or 13 minutes or so, unable to find that rhythm, that tempo, and really assert dominance on the football. Pompey so far holding their own, and now they look to flood forward. Quirk just holding on to it a fraction too long, seized upon by Cho. Cho So-hyun, captain in the side, joined by yet another South Korean compatriot, Lee Kyung-min. The transfer window, he's on the bench. Cho Yuri misses out this afternoon. Heron swept across this near side for Holloway. Holloway down the line for McGowan, ever the willing runner down the channel, slightly isolated. Holloway arriving now. Hutchings though doing enough to rob the ball off of McGowan. Pompey though just don't have an out ball at the moment. They've done well to intervene on numerous occasions, but gifting the ball straight back to Blues, and then McLaughlin just slightly late on Heron and catching the Blues Young Player of the Year last season late. McKenna fizzed across that far side for Quinn. Quinn one-on-one with McEwen. Charging towards the byline, and it's unfortunate for Quinn, just cannoned off of both bodies, and the last touch came off the Republic of Ireland international. Behind for a Portsmouth goal kick. Bit more of a staggered start than we saw, as I say, a fortnight ago at Sunderland, but Blues have shown they can do it both ways. Absolutely ramping home their advantage against Sunderland, and then a hard-fought, courageous point at Ashton Gate against a well-established Bristol City side last week. Still unbeaten, therefore. McKenna made the burst beyond Quinn. It's fielded by McEwen, who's on the cover. McKenna just giving her one or two things to think about. And her perseverance has won Blues a corner kick, our 5th of the afternoon so far. In comes that corner kick, pinball in the penalty area. McGowan looks to make something of it. There's Liliag, Blues operating in tight cul-de-sacs. Chance still alive here. Cho, Holloway, McGowan flicks through, but it bounces harmlessly in front of Hannah Holton, the Pompey goalkeeper. Clipped in by Hornby, who was searching for Pittman. Well marshalled by Blues and comprehensively tied up at the back. Heron. Now to Gemma Lawley. This is McKenna. It's neatly done by Blues as we look to plough our way out of this half Pompey press. Pompey making it difficult for Blues to explore avenues forward, but patience is the name of the game for Amy Merrick's style of play. And Blues have got out through Holloway down the left-hand side. Now space for McGowan. Tegan McGowan pulls the trigger. Courageously blocked by Reba Cashley back there for Pompey, who threw her frame in the way and did just enough as Pompey scrambled the ball to safety. Ashanti Akpan. Space now for Hornby. Castley. And Cohen. Pittman gives chase. Lawley, calm as you like, back to Thomas. Likewise to Heron. Likewise back to Lawley. Make it look so effortless, those two at the back. And this is Thomas venturing out of a penalty area and seeking Quinn over the top. Smith will latch onto this. Libby Smith on her first start of the season for Blues. McKenna. Quinn. It's a bit much of Cho So-hyun, and it's overcooked and behind for a Pompey goal kick. McKenna, nicely done, despite the pressure of Sophie Quirk. Lawley. Akpan. Blues just starting to exert dominance on the football now in the past 5 minutes or so. Force Pompey to move from left to right. It's all about draining those energy levels. That's a cracking ball to find Cho So-hyun over the top. Cho So-hyun in the penalty area. Cohen did well on the cover. Cho looking to find Lucy Quinn on the retreat. It's kept alive by Holloway. Akpan. McGowan. Smith! And on her first start of the season, she marks it with her first goal of the season. Intricate build-up play by Blues, expertly executed by Libby Smith. Gemma Lawley over the top. It looked like the move had broken down, but it was kept alive by Holloway into McGowan, who waltzed into the penalty area. Libby Smith found and had so much to do, spun away from her marker and buried it into the bottom corner, beyond the dive of the Pompey goalkeeper. And Blues are at it again at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. We lead by 1-0. Libby Smith, 5 goals last season, off the mark now in the campaign. McGowan. Smith looks to latch on to Quinn's flick on, but it's picked up by Pompey, who just had a squad moment of reflection following Blues' opener inside their penalty area, hence the delay for kickoff. It's the 7th goal Portsmouth have conceded without reply in their opening 3 games. Expert build-up by Blues. Expert execution from Libby Smith. Spanned the penalty area and found the bottom corner. Again, Tegan McGowan instrumental with the assist. Waltzed into the penalty area, drew Pompey players into her vicinity, picked out Smith, who still had so much to do. Touch out of her feet, spun her marker and arrowed it into the bottom corner. Now putting Cohen under pressure. And there's Quirk around the corner, picked up by Ag. The Blues press is relentless. And this is McGowan. Cho So-hyun, plenty in blue in the middle. Cho looking to find one of them. Smith is up. It breaks from McKenna. Deflected and behind. It's now wave after wave of Blues onslaught since our opener. Corner kick from the left-hand side. Blues looking to drive home their advantage before the half-an-hour mark. Quinn. Right-footed, decent delivery. Lawley was up and connected, but couldn't divert the header on target. Decent chance for Blues. Lawley rose above a sea of blue and turquoise shirts to connect, but couldn't test Hannah Horton. Pompey, after some early promise in the opening 10 or so minutes through Hornby and Pittman, having to work overtime now. Blues have a lead to protect as Thomas asks a lot of Holloway and offers a hand of apology as Blues surrender possession on this near side. I said it's the 7th goal that Pompey have conceded without reply. It's the 6th goal that Blues have scored this season without reply. Brilliant from back to front for Blues so far this season in the opening 3 games. Still plenty of this one to go, of course, but a really promising start from Emmy Merricks and her team on her quest back to the Super League. McKenna. Quinn. Here Merrick's demanding more from her side, dictating what's going on the pitch. Wanting that intensity, that one touch, two touch, just to move Pompey around the pitch. Holloway, useful pocket for Ag. It was Cohen who got an intervention in on the Republic of Ireland international. Cho So-hyun catches a knock for her troubles, but here's McGowan breaking through. McGowan just couldn't spin away from Castley, but she's won a corner for Blues. McGowan just looks so exciting and so electric every time she gets on the ball in those positions, just driving into the penalty area, gets her head down and gets Pompey on the back foot. Terrifying to play against. Thankfully, Cho So-hyun seems to be okay after she went down. See Jay Sadler in front of me in my commentary position atop of the main stand. And an inquest with his coaching staff as to what's going wrong, why Pompey just can't get out at the moment. Utter Blues dominance. Quinn corner kick. Lawley was attacking it right under the crossbar. Cho on the spin. Here's Heron. Brilliant by Niamh Heron to leave Pittman in her wake. And Heron can drive towards the byline down the right-hand side. And she's upended. Free kick Blues. Just see Blues wearing Pompey down further and further. Already Pompey players needing to catch their breath due to the intensity at which Blues are playing and moving them around the pitch. We lead by a goal to nil, thanks to Libby Smith's first goal of the season on her first start of the season. Brilliant take into the penalty area, spun away on that turn, found the bottom corner. We're looking to double our lead just after the half-an-hour mark. Holloway and Quinn conspiring over this. Plenty in the middle to aim for. It's the left foot of Holloway. It's hooked towards goal. Easily caught by Horton under a crossbar. 1-0 we lead. Hornby caught. Referee Joanne Horwood wants the free kick taken from where the infringement took place. Delivery. Looping around the back was Cohen, seen to by Lily Ag and behind out of harm's way. Heron charging forward. Smuggling out to Holloway. Likewise for Smith. Smith can't return the favour from the overlapping left back. The Blues do win a throw-in. Akpan. Searching for Quinn on that far side. The intervention by McEwen. One back by Ag. Great challenge. Ag. Quinn. Holloway. Fashions across, over the head of Holton, but over the head of everyone in the middle as well. I'll have harm's way behind for a goal kick. just easing slightly, albeit still falling here in the second city. Not quite raining goals yet for Blues. They do have the lead by a solitary goal to nil. Thanks to Libby Smith's first this season. Now Ag charging through. Out wide. Well seen to by McEwen. Tempo of the game after a bright spell from Blues. Just stalling slightly once again. We kept 4 clean sheets here in the league last season at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Already tallied up 1 on the opening day to make that 2 here, and Lucy Thomas in the Blues net has been a spectator like the rest of us so far. Hasn't had an awful lot to do due to the Blues' dominance of the football. Lawley. This is McKenna. Ag in a skirmish in the centre of the Pompey half, but it's broken for McKenna. Agpan onto Cho So-hyun, who rides one challenge. Cho So-hyun onto McGowan, forced slightly wide, plenty in the middle for Blues. McGowan looks to go the long way round, tees up Holloway, who can dig out a cross. Ag showed an interest, as did Smith. Pompey do just enough to scramble the ball away. Only as far as Agpan, who pulls the trigger. It comes back to Ashanti Agpan. And Pompey against the ropes at the minute. Blues looking for that knockout blow. Holloway. Velvet control from Cho So-hyun. Looks like reverse ball inside the channel for Lily Ag. Dealt with by Pompey, who are just about holding out here in face of Blues searching for a second and a 2-goal buffer. Heron. What a ball that is to find Quinn. Brilliant by Niamh Heron. And this is Quinn charging and digging out a cross. It's spilled by the goalkeeper. Blues can't capitalise. And Pompey congregate on it and scramble the ball away to relative safety. It'll come straight back at Portsmouth. This is Quinn. Lily Ag. Diverted behind, Blues corner kick. We are all over Pompey. Just that second goal eluding us at the moment. Holloway. The right-hand side. Decent delivery. Agpan showed an interest. Gathered by Horton. McEwen. Seen to by Quinn. Neatly tidied up by Blues in a tight corner. Lawley searching for Ag, seized upon by Smith, looks to pull it back to someone in blue. It's Lily Ag. This is Tegan McGowan looking to purchase some yards. Smith, Lucy Quinn rides one challenge, goes down into the penalty area. Free kick Blues in a very threatening position, and again that all stems from Blues moving Pompey from left to right, and then Lawley playing that killer searching ball down the channel and really stretching the Pompey back line. So Lawley and Quinn standing over this. It'll be Lucy Quinn beaten over a crossbar by Horton. Decent attempt by Quinn with the right foot aiming for that opposite top corner. And to have to be aware. Just under 10 minutes to go until the break. Blues looking to double their advantage before half-time. Win towards that back post. Had to be dealt with right on the line back there by Reva Castley. Goalkeeper was shortchanged. We'll have yet another corner. It seems to have been a first half of aerial bombardment into the Pompey penalty area. Blues yet to make any of them count up to this point. Holloway. Away by Castley, only as far as Cho So Hyun. Quinn. Quinn's delivery, plenty still forward for Blues. McGowan goes down, referee not interested. Blues still in the hunt here. Cho delivers. McGowan, there was Lawley, and the infringement this time comes from Blues, and the decision goes Pompey's way. McGowan in the wars in the opposing penalty area, but thankfully seems to be okay. McKenna. Lovely interplay with Quinn. It's found Smith in field. Ag. Blues repelled, but will start again down the left-hand side. Cho. Holloway asking too much of McGowan. Cho. McLaughlin with the intervention. Chance taken by Hutchings across their own penalty area, seized upon by Blues, but picked back up by Hornby. And this is Quirk. And Hornby's got the pace here to get there ahead of Lawley. Rare attack this for Portsmouth at the end of the first half. Hornby blocked and fired over by the arriving Georgie Freeland, who saw her initial effort blocked in the 6-yard box. That's as close as Pompey have come to getting themselves not only off the mark in the contest, but off the mark for the Women's Championship season. Hornby showing a great turn of pace down the left-hand side, putting the ball into a promising area into the middle. Arriving was Georgie Freeland. Her initial effort was blocked, and on the rebound she could only put it over the crossbar into the Gil Merrick. Pompey showing signs of life in the dying embers of the first period. Akpan. Jo So-hyun. There's McKenna. Fizzed into Quinn. Heron. McGowan. Lawley. Door slam shut down the left. Blues now explore down the right. Great ball by Quinn to pick out Akpan, who rides one challenge. This is Cho. And now McKenna. Quinn delivers into the penalty area. Seen to by Castley. Quinn picks it back up. Cohen this time with the slice clearance. Quinn given away. Pompey throw. Akpan. This is McGowan. McGowan barreling her way through. Neatly done for Quinn. Quinn's cross. Gathered by Houghton under a crossbar. 1 minute of additional time. Holloway. Akpan spins away. Akpan. Heron. Lachlan's intervention, and there is the half-time whistle here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, and it's business as usual back at home for Blues so far. Complete and utter dominance seems to be the theme up and down the football club at the moment, and this first half was no different. Blues in control from the off, Liliag went close with a glancing header that fizzed just past the post. But we got a reward from Libby Smith midway through the first half, who turned and fired in the penalty area to mark her first start with her first goal after good work from Tegan McGowan down the left-hand side. Pompey certainly showed signs of life towards the end of the first half when Freeland was free in the penalty area to fire over after good work from Hornby down the left. But at half-time here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, it's Blues 1, Pompey 0.
Said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
Do you know?
said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
Do you know?
So both sets of players back out for the second half. Just one change to tell you about. It comes from the Blues camp. Lily Ag makes way, and the first sign, first glimpse at the transfer deadline day signing, Lee Yum-min. Deadline day signing from Super League side Brighton, South Korean international. Comes with plenty of plaudits, plenty of eyes on Blues for making this signing. The South Korean international who played under Hope Powell and Amy Merricks at Brighton Hove Albion. First touch for her, sensational. That's some way to make an impression. So she comes on the midfield. So it's Thomas in goal for Blues, McKenna, Lawley, Heron and Holloway. Cho So-hyun and Akpan, Lee Kyun-min, McGowan, Quinn and Libby Smith up top, who scored her first goal on her first start for Blues, and she's already putting Cowan under pressure in this second period. And Blues win a throw in high up the field down the right-hand side. No changes for Pompey, and still searching for their first goal in the Women's Championship. Take you through their 11 in just a moment. As Smith is played through down the right-hand side and flashes the ball across the 6-yard box, but nobody home in blue to capitalise. So Horton starts in goal for Pompey. Hutchings, Castley, Cohen and McEwen. Daisy McLaughlin, Erin McLaughlin, Georgie Freeland and Sophie Quirk behind Megan Hornby and Emily Pittman. Freeland, as you saw in the first half, having the best opportunity for Pompey, but firing over the crossbar. Quinn seeking out Holloway down the left-hand side, who's beaten Hutchings to it momentarily. Hutchings recovers well, though. And so for the second half, they were utterly dominant in the first 45. It's now up to Blues to press home this goal advantage. Let Pompey off the hook a few times in that first period. Could have been more, but the score remains a 1-0 in our favour. No cards brandished by referee Joan Horwood, who's had precious little to do so far. There's McKenna looking to fire it through for Smith to give chase, just clips the heels of the Blues striker. Here's Lee Kyun-min, who's going to take on a dictatorial role in the midfield, just pulling the strings of the Blues attack. Manchester City and Brighton Hove Albion on her CV. Her first goal for Manchester City incidentally came against Blues, as we win ourselves our first corner of the second period. They yet started her career in South Korea and joined Manchester City as a hangover from the 2019 World Cup after impressing on the world stage. Over 90 caps for South Korea, in which he's played alongside Cho Yuri and Cho So-hyun. Holloway delivers into the penalty area. It's a well-worked corner, more up than out at the back by Daisy McLaughlin. And Pompey win themselves a free kick inside the penalty area. Cho's header. Akpan onto McKenna, heavy touch, invites the challenge from Quirk, but she's found Lee, who bursts into the penalty area. Freeland had ground to made up, but make it up she did. You can already see the impression that Lee Kyun-min is having on the game. Popping up here, there and everywhere. That Super League class certainly shining through. Decent delivery. Smith was interested round the back. Connects on the byline. Here's Heron. Smith reloads into the penalty area. Cashley got there first for Pompey. And then Heron nods through, but harmlessly for the Pompey captain and goalkeeper. It's all about a strong start to this second period for Blues, as we did the first, and really pressing home our advantage. He thought she was caught, nothing doing, and now Pompey can spring into action. Here's Pittman. Pittman searching for options. One of them was Freeland, edge of the penalty area. That's picked up by Cho So-hyun, and Blues can alleviate the danger. But Pompey looking to make a bright start to this second period, just as bright as they finished the first half. Only Pittman scampering away after Lee was dispossessed. Couldn't find anyone in turquoise to link up with. Thomas. Gemma Lawley. Lawley's given it away though to McLachlan, who goes for the spectacular from distance. Didn't get the height on it that she needed to beat Lucy Thomas. And it's a simple first save for the Blues goalkeeper in the end. First thing she's really had to do. Making up for Gemma Lawley's error. There's McKenna, Cho So-hyun. Pompey though with wind in their sails, certainly the Seasiders. I feel like a second goal would really suck any momentum that Pompey can build out of the away side early in the second half. Lawley. A bit lax from Blues early in this second period. It's a few times now that Pompey have been able to pick up possession from loose passes. Jay Sadler certainly thought that Sophie Quirk was impeded on that occasion. Nothing doing by the referee, and Jay Sadler, the Pompey coach, having a word now with Abby Dearden, the fourth official. Heron. Acres of space for Libby Smith if she can latch onto this, which she will. Quinn arriving in support. Here is Lucy Quinn. Plenty of plays in the penalty area to pick out. One of them is Lee, and that is some way to mark your Blues debut. It was a marquee signing for Blues, and that is exactly why. Lee Kyun-min, instant impact, 10 minutes into her Blues debut, doubles our lead here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Picked out by Lucy Quinn, brilliant technique with the glancing header from Lee Kyun-min. And Blues now in firm control. Debut goal for the South Korean. What a way to announce your arrival. We lead by 2-0, and it is a long way back for a crestfallen Pompey now. Cohen looking to galvanise her side into action. McEwen. McEwen surging forward, looking to squeeze it down that left-hand side. Quirk latches onto it, seen to by Quinn. Hornby. And Lawley can look to calmly mop things up with her goalkeeper, Thomas.
She said football isn't for everyone.
It's an instant impact from the South Korean international, and that's a terrific ball to fire McGowan. Lee is arriving, Smith's up there in support as well. McGowan looked to pick out Cho So-hyun. That's picked off by Pompey at the back. Blacks by Holloway, picked up by Portsmouth. And Houghton can fire clear. Just as Pompey were making a bright start to this second half, that bright spark extinguished by Blues in a flash. Quinn. McKenna. McKenna surging towards the byline and wins a corner. Touching moment, the celebrations as well. Lee Gyun-min picked out one of the ball girls and over and celebrated with her, a memory that will last long for her. Holloway, right-footed ball across, dealt with by Pompey at the back. Blues now unyielding in support. It's wave after wave of Blues attack. But this is where Pompey are threatening on the counter-attack. Already seen glimpses in the second period. Long searching ball, looking for McLachlan. First time effort is blocked by an on-rushing Heron, but from defence to attack in a flash from Pompey. Quirk with a long lofted ball over the top to Daisy McLachlan, and Pompey may be 2 down, but certainly not out in their search for their first Women's Championship goal. In comes that corner kick, and underneath it was Eva Castley, who threw herself at it. Couldn't direct the effort on target. Remains 2-0 to Blues. Remember, Pompey have lost their opening 2 Women's Championships by games by 3-0 against Charlton and Durham respectively. Blues looking to emulate that once again here this afternoon. McGowan smuggles it onto Lee, and this is Holloway. Holloway, plenty of turquoise shirts around her. It's cleared only as far as Lee Gyun-min. Smith, brilliant build-up by Blues. There's McGowan, had to be tipped over by Houghton, wasn't sure. Plenty of movement on the strike by Tegan McGowan. Delicious build-up play, irresistible on the edge of the penalty area by Blues. 1 touch, 2 touch to work the effort from McGowan, who forces the save out of the Pompey captain. Holloway from this near side, the right then. Blues looking to really press home this advantage. His delivery flipped away by Castley. Blues though recycle and will come again. Quinn. Lee has picked up plenty of promising pockets, Lee Gyun-min, and you can even see her off the ball dictating play, suggesting what her teammates should do with the ball to really try and pick apart this resilient Pompey side. Lawley. Quinn. Quinn's idea was to find Lee Gyun-min, but just eluded a new deadline day teammate. Heron. Knocks down for Quinn. She can't retain control. Hutching has asked a lot of quirk on this near side. And Thomas cool and composed and relaxed in the clearance. Akpan, who's been silent but deadly again, just gone about her business as an unsung hero once again. Shanti Akpan keeping the tempo moving for Blues back there as that line of defence in front of the back line. And this is quirk, seen to by Holloway at the expense of a throw-in. Gasly. Hornby just about kept the ball in play, and it's well worked here. Hornby charging down the channel. It's Hornby. It's courageous from Cho So-hyun, who stuck with her for every step and threw her frame in the way to make the block. Brilliant defending from the South Korean international. Ava Baker, Ivana Fuso and Martha Harris below me, looking like they're getting ready for action. So that's going to be the first throw of the dice by Amy Merricks. McKenna. Brilliant into McGowan. There's McKenna. Pompey being torn apart here. There's Smith, can't provide the finishing touch. Quinn looking to keep it alive against McEwen. And Pompey eventually win the free kick in their own penalty area. And that's these Blues substitutions being forced to wait just a second longer. There's also going to be 2 changes for Pompey as they look to turn the tide of proceedings. So changes from both camps. McGowan. Akpan robbed of it. Searching ball looking for Quirk. McKenna having to turn on the pace. McKenna getting a toe in. That is brilliant defending from Rebecca McKenna. Hornby, former Blackburn Rovers player. Performs the give and go, but cross over hits and behind. And here come the changes. First of which is going to be Tegan McGowan, who was instrumental in our opener this afternoon. Another solid performance from her. She will be replaced by Ava Baker, who was the first signing of the summer from Leicester, made her first appearance against Bristol City at Ashton Gate. So she comes on, and Martha Harris, big moment for her, had to complete her pre-season with the under-23s after nursing a hamstring injury which made her miss the back end of last season. Scored another stunner while she was in there as well. Rebecca McKenna makes way for her, and Ivana Fuso will replace Ashanti Akpan, who once again has gone about her business like an unsung hero. Professional, comprehensive, and looks like another great acquisition for Blues. And 2 changes for Pompey. First of which sees a changing of the front line. Emily Pittman is replaced by Emma Jones. And Daisy McCracklen is replaced by Lily Dent. Smith looking to break through the lines. The good clearance by the goalkeeper has struck Smith, and it's Baker who's been dispossessed by Hutchings, who immediately looked to get Pompey on the counter charge. Fuso's first involvement is to get straight into the skirmish. And it's neatly done by McLaughlin. Here's McEwen. Cohen. Well, this is Pompey's certainly best spell of retained possession of the second half. Have seldom threatened Lucy Thomas's net, however. Harris, first involvement. Arthur Harris finding Smith. That's an inviting ball for Baker. And Baker into the penalty area. And here is Ivana Fuso. Lee! It's 3! And in the wet weather, the floodgates might have just opened for Blues. Lee Kyun-min with a debut to remember. 2 for her, 3 for Blues. Both substitutes instrumental in the build-up. Ava Baker down the right-hand side, linking up with Ivana Fuso, who put it on a plate for Lee Kyun-min, who picked her spot and executed to perfection. It's Blues 3, Pompey 0. Similar story for Blues, scoring at will at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. As for Pompey, it's a deja vu of nightmarish proportions. The third 3-0 scoreline they've already seen this season in their first 3 games. Lawley into Baker, who tees it up for Fuso, who can get up to speed here. Plenty arriving in the penalty area. Fielded at first. There's Lee, goes down in the 18-yard box. Referee waves away appeals, and Pompey survive. There's Niamh Heron turning on the tricks and flicks. Lee, there's Fuso. Those substitutions from Amy Merricks have really turned up the temperature and turned up the heat. Just as Blues were faltering and Pompey were sensing a glimpse back into proceedings, Blues have once again reasserted complete and utter control. And it's Cho who's picked out Quinn, and this is Lee. Reverse ball, no look passing towards Libby Smith, almost came off. Pompey now looking to spring into action. The ball through to Hornby, who's got the legs here on Lawley. Lawley recovers well. It's still Hornby, looks to lob Lucy Thomas, who stands strong and denies the Pompey striker to preserve her clean sheet. And Pompey's best chance of the game goes begging. Megan Hornby, who's been threatening all afternoon, frightening pace. Gemma Lawley had one stab at her, but Hornby persevered on and rode that challenge. Just got the finish all wrong. A battle of wits with Lucy Thomas, that the Blues shot stopper came out on top. Now Ava Baker having to carry out some defensive duties. Quirk. Just about smuggled back to Quirk. This is Hornby again, but this time the offside flag is up against the Pompey sharpshooter. Portsmouth continue to draw a blank in their maiden Women's Championship season. We lead by 3-0 here, courtesy of a brace from Lee Gyun-min after Libby Smith's turn and finish in the first half. Quinn takes the ball on her chest. Good turn of pace by McEwen on the cover. Castley. Hutchings. Quirk in a foot race with Harris, and the Blues substitute does well. Fuso. Assist to her name this afternoon for Gyun-min's second. Castley. And dropping it over the top for Emma Jones. Fielded by Lawley. The question was whether Blues could drive home that advantage after a dominant first half, only yielded the solitary one goal. The answer to that, a Lee Gyun-min brace with a resounding yes. But here come Pompey with Quirk into the penalty area, looks to tee someone up in the middle. Blues get a foot on it. This is Hornby, the momentum of the move just dwindling. Hornby with a pop shot, easily gathered by Lucy Thomas. Pompey have certainly reacted well to the two-goal flurry. Still yet to really work Lucy Thomas overtime in the Blues net. Lucy Thomas searching for a third clean sheet in as many games to really compound how strong a start to the season this has been from Blues. Lee Gyun-min spins and finds Herron. There's Lee surging away again, has really changed the tone of proceedings since being brought on. Here's Holloway searching for Smith, it's behind her. And picked up by Quirk. And Quirk can set Hornby away. Hornby slightly isolated, goes for the spectacular from the angle, trying to catch Lucy Thomas out. who has levelled to it once again. But the pace of Meg Hornby causing Blues plenty of problems at the back. Time and time again finds herself in acres of space when Portsmouth do manage to break away. Here's Baker, who'll settle for the corner. Holloway from the near side. 15 minutes to go. We lead by 3-0. Holloway, it's deep. It's fielded by Dent. Back in. Lawley. Cho So Hyun. There's Quinn. This is Lee. Holloway is onside. And Holloway can burst into the penalty area. Looking to tee someone up in the middle. It's fielded by Pompey. And Blues win the throw-in. Unrelenting from Blues.
And the official attendance figures for today are 1,355.
1,355. We've made the journey to St Andrews at Knighthead Park in the wet weather. Brilliant support for Blues women. And they're certainly rewarding the faith with another 5-star performance. Hutchings, Quirk, Hutchings. In towards Jones, who just couldn't get her angles sorted out in time to really test Thomas. And Quinn's now taken a seat on the turf after a coming together. Well, 12 minutes to go. By 3-0 here. Another utterly dominant performance as Lucy Quinn receives some treatment. Next week, of course, we're in the north. A trip to Durham, who have made a decent start to the campaign, and then we're back here against Brighton and Hove Albion to kick off our cup campaign against the Women's Super League side in the Conti Cup. And then back to league action against Blackburn Rovers the following Sunday, back here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Visit our website and social media for details of tickets when they release for those fixtures. So you can witness firsthand the excitement and the potential and the promise that's being built here by Amy Merricks, Hope Powell and co. What they hope will be a transformational season on our quest back to the Women's Super League. You can already see the philosophy that we're trying to build. Intensity, pace, power. Prolonged possession, as we've seen to once again this afternoon. 67% possession with 10 minutes to go for Blues. cause for concern here. Pompey player on the deck. He's looking rather uncomfortable. I think judging by the reaction of Erin McLaughlin, it's merely just cramp rather than what was first feared. As Gemma Lawley is going to make way for Louise Quinn, who made her Blues TV debut last week.
And for Portsmouth, we have number 7, Georgie Freeland, swapping out for number 14,
Against Wrexham. Louise Quinn for the final 10 minutes, the club captain. And substitution for Pompey, Annie Rolfe. Will be introduced for Georgie Freeland, who can no longer continue. There goes Baker, going down the left. Baker trying to storm in field, seen to Jones. Pompey coming forward again. Hornby searching for the substitute Rolfe. It's well worked back. To Thomas, whose clearance is charged down by Anna Jones. Harris barreling down the flank, just runs out of room at the last. Arthur Harris, who scored 2 absolute worldies last season against Sheffield United and West Ham United, respectively. 1 goal of the season as well for a strike against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Heron. Lee. Blues just looking to see this out without any damage. And what would be a goal difference of 8-0 after 3 fixtures. Nothing to turn your nose up at all in the Women's Championship. So Hyun, who once again has been absolute Rolls Royce in there this afternoon. Fuso turning on the flare. Here's Lee. Quinn. Harris. To Louise Quinn. Square for Heron. Heron searching for Baker over the top, may have asked too much of the summer signing, and indeed she has. It's Cho stealing in, telling touch from her. Baker is onside, or is she? There's a belated flag raised in front of me, just about straight offside. Ava Baker. The move comes to an end. 5 minutes to go. Blues leading by 3-0. And apart from a miracle happening, looks like a foregone conclusion. The Blues are going to chalk up another 3 points. Another 3 points, which, as things stand, would take us 2 points behind Charlton, of course. Very early days to be looking at the table, but chasms can appear all over the place on the table very early on and give you an early indication. Of course, we knew Charlton were going to be up there and thereabouts from their performance last season. The Blues looking to keep pace with the Addicts early on, doing just that. Quinn to Lucy Quinn, taken off her toe by Cohen. This is Quirk, just plays the ball behind the substitute Dent. Holloway sees her clearance cannon off Lily Dent. Maybe a Blues throw-in. Audacious strike from distance, easily fielded by Lucy Thomas. Fuso driving forward. This is Smith. Cho. Blues just looking to wear down their opposition in the dying embers. Cho. Baker is onside, as is Holloway. Not exactly spoiled for options in the middle. And is penalised for floor work. Looking to retain possession. Heavy challenge from Harris. Nice and competitive. It's Cho. Tidies it up well with Heron. Cho. Quinn. Fizzed into Fuso. There's Harris. Audacious looking for Libby Smith. Just rolls out of play on this near side, the right. Quinn. Searching for an opening which wasn't really there, Lucy Quinn. Four minutes of additional time at the end of the 90. Cho in a promising pocket of space. There's Fuso. Lee. What a ball. Searching for Holloway. Last-ditch challenge. And Pompey are going to throw on 2 more substitutes to see out what looks to be another defeat for them. Isabel Collins will come on for Annie Hutchings, and Nicole Barrett will be introduced. See who that is for, as we are about 40 seconds into 4 minutes of added time. Sophie Quirk is the second to make way. So Barrett and Collins on for Hutchings and Quirk.
Number 2, Nicole Barrett. Number 2, Barrett for 12, Quirk.
Men's corner kick. Quinn was there, and it's 4. 4 for Blues, finishing with a flurry. Louise Quinn on the score sheet, getting in on the act. To top off what has been an exceptional performance yet again back at home for Amy Merrick's Blues side. Portsmouth put to the sword, Blues sensational. Quinn towering above the Seasiders and nodding home to top off what has been another excellent afternoon. Quinn too sharp, too powerful. Blues too good. Blues 4, Pompey 0. Throwing for Holloway, there's Quinn. Blues scoring for fun again at home. And to make it a pattern at the start of the campaign. 5 against Sunderland, 4 against Portsmouth. Thomas taking a risk, picked up by Pompey, and it's off the crossbar. It's just not happening for Portsmouth this afternoon. A rare mistake by Lucy Thomas. Portsmouth couldn't take full advantage. And there's Louise Quinn to field at the back for Blues. And here comes Baker. Baker charging over the halfway line. Quinn up with her. Baker looks to Lucy Quinn, but she's held up in her tracks, and that marks the end of the contest. Another terrific performance here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Blues remain unbeaten at the start of the Women's Championship campaign on our quest back to the Super League. Well, after Libby Smith's turn and finish midway through the first half, the question was whether Blues could really drive home the advantage. The answer to that question, Lee Gyum Min, was introduced at half-time, the marquee deadline day signing. And she showed why Merricks and co were so desperate to obtain her signature. Marking her debut with a quick-fire brace to really put Pompey to the sword. Louise Quinn then compounded the Pompey nightmares, adding a fourth in added time, towering at the back post. Portsmouth offered glimpses throughout the game, catching Blues on the counter-attack a few times, even hitting the crossbar in added time at the end of the 90. But for them, it's another goalless performance. For Blues, 3 games undefeated, 3 clean sheets, and a statement start to the Women's Championship season. It's finished here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Blues 4, Portsmouth 0.
Do you know?